Every time. That was so great and on brand.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Writer's Room. So happy to have you here. Today we are talking Barrett Laurie and his story. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to him to introduce himself, and then we'll go to Tiffany and then back to me.
Alrighty. Hi, everybody. We're so glad to have you here. Let's see. On my channel, we do Writer's Room once a month. Next month is on my channel, December 8th, 10th. 10th. We just talked about that. December 10th at 1, we think, but you know, we're time fluid. So join us for that. If you want to be a guest host, check out Morgan's pinned comment up in the comments above and fill out the form because we have one of those.
Yes.
And then we will get you all set up to come on with us and sit in the hot seat where I'm sitting today. So check out that with us. Or on Fridays, Laura Nettles and I do Prompted. Also, the door is open to come on with us. We shoot out some prompts. In fact, the story we're reading today is from a prompt from that. Actually, all of the stories in that series are from prompts. But anyway, we get together on Fridays. We do a prompt. It's romance related. It's a lot of fun. It's also kind of dirty. And then every second Tuesday of the month is karaoke. I didn't do it this week because I got fake teeth screwed into my jaw.
You said Tuesday.
Oh, crap. Saturday. Yeah. Okay, maybe the opioid is kicking in. Okay. Saturday, second Saturday.
Follow the link, guys.
Follow the link. You'll get there. And then AuthorTubers React is quarterly now, except for this month, which is Friendsgiving over on the Addiction of Fiction channel. Thanks for having me, guys. I am excited. Rip it to shreds. Jennifer. Hi, Felicia. Maggie.
Oh, I think it's on me. Hi, I'm Tiffany, TLRS Lifestyle on all the interwebs. I do the Writer's Room, as Barrett said, once a month. I think it's back on my channel in January, which I'm going to say this, and I'm still trying to say it without laughing, 2024.
Stop it.
Crazy.
How is that possible?
Right? And yes, that's where we are.
Yeah.
I also host PJs and Scribbles on my channel every other Thursday and Saturday Shorts on my channel every other Saturday. I feel like we're pretty much done for November, so check me back out in December because I was going to do the next Saturday, but that's during Writertown, and I already committed to being on Nia's. And then I think the next one is Thanksgiving, and we're just not streaming on Thanksgiving to write. Write if you want, just not on my channel. So I will be eating till I'm sick. Wish you this. No. It's always my family's goal. Eat until you're sick. And let's see. I am one half of the writing duo Des Laurie, who we just calculated yesterday. We have 4 series out, almost soon to be 5. So enjoy that. We have 2 releases coming this month. We will get back to you on the dates. And I have my own personal Peach Ridge short town romance series that is available under TL Russ.
Awesome. And her birthday's on Tuesday.
That's right.
And her birthday's on Tuesday. So it's birthday week, y'all.
Birthday week.
Woohoo! We already started off with Krispy Kremes and a coffee that is making my tummy sick.
Oh,
no.
Winning.
It's a party.
Morgan, tell us about you and your wonderfulness.
Okay. Hello, my name is Morgan Lee. You're here on my channel. I'm indie author. I have 2 books out. The first 2 in a dark fantasy trilogy, Seed Among the Thorns and Seed Among the Rocks. Seed Among Good Ground is coming out not later this year, early next year. And don't know what month yet, hopefully March, but we'll see when it comes out. I just got my cover back from Mandy, and
how is it?
It's good. It looks great. She's doing the hardback right now, but she's going on maternity leave, so that'll be here in my inbox shortly. So I'm excited for that. And I make videos sometimes, and I do live stream sometimes. So just subscribe to my channel to know when those times are. And I think, what else do I do? Oh, I am part of the writer's room, obviously. You're here. And then I'm also 1/3 of the Self-Publishing Tips and Tricks podcast with ST Houston and Running to Write Ben Pick. And that's it. That's me. All right.
Okie doke. So, how do we do?
We're some good folks. I'm listening to everybody. Like, we're all everywhere. We're like,
I know.
We got all kinds of stuff.
I know. Oh yeah, people. We got to say hi to people.
Yeah, hi to the people. Hi. And hello, Felicia. And Jennifer's here.
Jennifer Brown. Hello. Hello.
Nice.
Thank you, Mama Maggie.
Yes.
All right.
All right. So how do we do this? Do I read first and then you give the feedback, or do you give feedback and then I read? Like,
but why don't you tell the people a little bit about the story and what it is that you're looking for, and then read, and then we can give feedback.
Yeah,
that's good. Let me get my email so I remember what I asked for, because I knew I'd forget what I asked for and ask for new things. Okay, so the story is, if you watch Prompted, it's the one about the assigned wedding seats. So we haven't gotten to that part yet. That's their meet cute. That's the next chapter. So these are the first 2 chapters in what will be that short story, which one of the questions I asked you guys was about length, specifically the meet cute. It says the meet cute takes place in the next chapter, about 2,200 word mark, in what I think will be a 12 to 1,400 word story. So one of the questions was, is that too late? And then my other questions were about voice. So are the 2 characters distinct and different? POV struggles, which someone was in it this morning when I was doing a cleanup and caught myself with POV fuck ups while you were in it. So whichever one of you that was, you probably saw me fixing it live. But POV struggle, was it Morgan? You're the raccoon.
Okay, because I was like, I was in it this morning, but I was on my phone, so I don't know if I would have seen if you were in there.
Okay. Anyway, I was like, the raccoon was in there, so whoever was the raccoon was watching me fix. So voice, POV struggles, meet cute, and then general notes for improvement. So like just in general. And then did I ask anything else? No, I don't think so. Okay, so the story is they are 2 exes. It's kind of an, well, it's not kind of. It is an enemies to lovers second chance story. So they were together a long time ago. They're going to be forced to be together for a weekend at a wedding, and then naughty things happen at the wedding, of course, because that's what happens at weddings in my world. Hi, Regina. Just in time for my naughty bits. Okay, so that is kind of the premise. Should I tell more than that, or is that enough to then read? Read?
Yeah, I think that's good.
All right, hold on. Let me get my document open. Boop-a-doo. Big. What happened?
Either that gingerbread latte is affecting me more than I thought, or there's a fly in my house, because I could have sworn something just flew right past me. And that's why I was looking over. I didn't know anybody caught me because I was just.
Oh, that's funny. You're having like that with Mona Ryder. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, wait.
I'm great. We're good. Nothing to see here, people.
This is birthday realness. All right, I'm going to move you all over here and make you big. Okay, now I'm ready. Sorry. All right. Are we ready? So this is called The Boomerang Boyfriend, and chapter 1 is Kyle. Scrolling through the grid, I couldn't believe how many hot guys were on Grindr on this side of the city. Twice as many as in the Grove, which is royally fucked if you consider that the Grove is the home to the dwindling number of gay bars left in St. Louis. A downright depressing fact, because the Grove used to be the only safe place to be gay when I started sneaking into bars with a fake ID back in college. Now it's been completely gentrified, and all the sketchy corners where drug deals and random quickies took place now are home to hipster coffee shops, trendy restaurants, and hot new music venues. How will the next generation score their ecstasy and cocaine? That was practically a rite of passage. It was truly tragic. Not as tragic as the hookup that brought me over to this side of the city, but a close second. I met Greg on Grindr after being stood up for the 3rd time in a month for a legit date. I made the deal with myself that I would get hammered and have a one-night stand with the hottest guy I could find on the apps whenever some random dude ghosts me. In my late 20s, I would have worried for days after being stood up that maybe I was flawed or somehow deserved this, but the closer I get to 35, the more convinced I am that they are the losers, and I am quite the catch. I'm an established CPA, traveled with zero debt, an adorable kitten named George, a master's in accountancy, great credit, and a rockin' body thanks to appointments 4 days a week with a personal trainer. What's not to love? I'm a living, breathing, walking stereotype, so where the hell is my happily ever after? Oh shit. The pains in my back are just getting worse and worse, an outstretched Greg mumbled. Splayed out on the floor, he looked less zaddy, tie me up, tie me down, and more grandpappy after a fall. I mean, I'm verse, so I can top if you don't think that'll jack up your back anymore, I offered as a last-ditch effort to right this epic wrong. It's all fun and games with daddies until they pull out their back during foreplay. Before it spasmed, and not in a good way, he was licking my hole so hard I was seeing stars. When he went to saddle up behind me to tease me with his throbbing cock, something went haywire in his back and he crumpled to the floor in pain. As fun as that sounds, I'd hate to risk making this any worse. Feel free to freshen up in the bathroom if you want. I'm just going to head home. Nothing worth freshening up over. Can I get you anything before I go? I asked, feeling guilty for leaving him in the lurch. Although, technically, considering I was suffering the worst case of blue balls I could remember, he had left me in the lurch. He rolled onto his hands and knees with a groan and struggled to pull himself up onto the bed before letting out a pained sigh once he was situated. I have a heating pad underneath the sink in my bathroom. Would you bring it to me and a glass of water before you go? He asked. Of course, I said too keenly, as I gathered my clothes off of the floor and headed for the bathroom. You do have a hell of an ass. Rain check, please, he implored, almost pleading. I didn't answer before ducking into the bathroom to get dressed and the items requested for the patient. I returned 3 minutes later, fully clothed, heating pad in hand and with a glass of water. I set the water on the bedside table and handed him the heating pad while searching for the nearest outlet to the bed. You never answered my question. Rain check? Oh, sure. Listen, you get some rest and get to feeling better, I said before turning to leave. I locked the handle lock and closed the front door of his apartment behind me. I checked that it was secure before I made my escape from the saddest hookup I never had. We weren't dating or even friends with benefits, so I didn't feel an obligation to show him any parting affection. It also might have sent the wrong signal that tonight was something more than it was. Licking my wounds after being stood up for yet another date, I wanted to get fucked by a daddy to soothe the sting of rejection. I discovered dating in my 30s that using sexual energy to shake off how legit miserable the whole experience can be is my favorite way to cope. Coping is a fundamental to survival and dating in the apps era. Stepping out onto the street, I was still surprised by how peaceful this little pocket of the metro was. It seemed a world apart from the all-night sirens and car alarms of the Grove, a vital artery to the city, to the heart of the city. While my time in the Grove may be limited, I just couldn't see myself moving this far out. Maybe some guys just can't be tamed. I was pulled from my daydream by a text from Dion, my college roommate. He was engaged and getting married to the man of his dreams, and it looks like I have 2 whole months to practice being happy for them. Chapter 2, Travis. I'm never going to be comfortable at a Trick's house. Not my bed, not my place, not my vibe. There are entire days where I think that I've completely screwed myself and let the man of my dreams slip through my fingers. But in the last year, I've had the occasional day where I don't think about him at all. That feels like a win after years of pining for someone who got over me the moment he left. The twink of the day had fallen asleep on my arm, and I was debating whether I should just chew it off and let him sleep or wake him to win my freedom, a choice I face more days than I care to count. Using my free hand, I'm able to lift his head long enough to reposition it on the pillow, freeing my entangled limb without disturbing his slumber. As quietly as possible, I climbed out of bed, gathering pieces of my outfit that littered the floor as I crossed the room to the bathroom. I was ready to get off of the merry-go-fuck-around, but I hadn't met anyone that truly didn't change when they learn about my family or our wealth. Maybe I needed to move away again, somewhere that my last name isn't associated with billions of dollars in commercial real estate. I opted to leave the top 2 buttons of my shirt unbuttoned, pocketed my bow tie, and pocket square. Wetting my hands, I tousled my hair before pinching at my cheeks. This was as good as I could make this eligible bachelor look after a hit-and-run quickie. Debonair may have been what I was going for, but I'll settle for a suave swagger. I prefer a march of dignity than a walk of shame any day. The Trick met me on the other side of the bathroom door. You don't have to run off. I'd hoped to have a second crack at you in the morning. I weaved my fingers together at the nape of his neck before pulling his lips to mine. Brushing together at first, softly, acting on their own accord, matching the contours of our mouths effortlessly. Holding back the urge to be more forceful, I instead went softer than our previous kiss, so gentle that I almost melted into the softness. Hopefully that was passionate enough for him to forget that he wanted me to stay. He is cute, seems smart, and appears to have his shit together, but I wasn't feeling the spark. That kiss was good, but I didn't feel the vibrations that roll from my lips down to my toes like I used to feel with him. I miss that most. I really need to sleep in my own bed. I have a pretty important meeting in the morning. He seemed disappointed. Well, would you like my number? I navigated the room to get my coat, located my phone, and made a show of pulling it out. Okay, shoot, whenever you're ready. 314-282-0108. Do you know how to spell my name? He asked. Go ahead, whenever you're ready, I said, grateful I didn't have to admit I didn't remember his name. Jesus. You mean like Christ? You were just balls deep in me and you don't even know my name, do you? He asked, in a tone that told me he was more hurt than offended. I don't know why I'm thinking Sean, but I know that isn't it. I'm sorry, I just got carried away with how cocky you were about picking me up at the gala. He let out a laugh and said, it's Nicola, so very close to Sean. He rolled his eyes and crossed his arms against his chest. He let a long moment pass before speaking again. Maybe if you spent half the time getting to know the guys you fuck as you do worrying over whether they're interested in you or your family's money, you'd at least remember our names. Good night, Travis. I didn't plan to see this guy ever again, but I didn't want it to end like this. Listen, I'm sorry, Nicola. I hope we can do this again sometime, I said over my shoulder as Nicola pushed me over the threshold into the hallway. At your age, you should really be settling down, and I thought you were in that place. I'm looking for that, not a hookup with an over-the-hill billionaire who is sad no one likes him for his shitty personality. The door slammed so hard in my face, I felt the gust of wind from the force. I wasn't sure what hurt worse, being called over the hill at 29 or being kicked out by a guy who has me pegged as a sad billionaire with a shitty personality. I was sort of sad. He nailed that, and it stung. My phone vibrated in my hand, alerting me to a text message. Swiping upward unlocked the screen, revealing the picture of my college roommate Dion, flashing an engagement band and a message. He finally asked, and I said yes. We're doing this thing in 2 months on the rooftop of the building. We can't wait to celebrate with you. Be on the lookout for a mailer from us with further details about the big day. I was so happy for Dion and his fiancé Paul, but was numb knowing he would be there. I needed to see him again. I needed to apologize for hurting him and tell him how much he meant to me. A minute later, I was crafting my reply with the appropriate emoji that would make it sing, and it buzzed again with another message from Dion. Kyle will be there. He's still single too, FYI. Love you and see you soon. I shot off my reply message, but couldn't contain the smile on my face. Kyle and I were going to be in the same place for the first time in 4 years. I've come a long way since that last painful encounter. He was right about everything. There are so many things I need to say, starting with, I'm sorry. Okay, go.
Tiffany?
See, I was going to go Morgan. It's your channel.
She's moderator. It's her channel. Power of moderation.
I hate going first.
Me too.
I
mean, I can go to the comments.
Yeah, go to comments.
Yeah, go to the comments. Let me think. Let me plan out what I'm going to say.
Regina was laughing at Chew It Off.
Oh.
And then RC came. Hello, RC.
All been there.
And ouch, Nicola has the kind of tongue that cuts like a sword. Yes.
Yeah.
And Regina says, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other feedback? Or either on POV.
I don't know. I got to look it up. Hold on. Run on the screen. Hold on. Let me make you small. POV. Voices, distinct and different. Both characters. POV struggles, meet cute too late, and general notes for improvement.
Okay.
I got those. All right. If you're shooting for somewhere around 12, you said 12 to like 15?
Somewhere in there, I think, is what.
Okay. I don't think the 2K is too late, especially because of the length of if you're doing these as individual chapters, I think because of the length of each chapter, I don't think that's too late.
Okay.
I do normally, I think for Des and I, we do try to have the meet in at least like the second chapter.
Okay.
But our chapters do run a little differently.
Okay.
So that's why. And it depends on the story. Some stories it's a little bit later. Some stories it's like we're meeting chapter 1 and doing some other stuff chapter 2. But it just depends. So I think the meet is fine. I don't know about Morgan because she's the editor. She may know,
Yeah.
As far as the overall, I think it's a really good story. I think it's a good start, and I think you're giving you set it up where we know, I think, more from Kyle than necessarily from Travis, that there is a contentious history.
Okay.
I don't know if we get that from Travis so much. I think he's just more like he'll be there and then kind of blowing it off. So I'm not positive we get the contention from him, but we definitely do from Kyle, and that Travis is obviously the one that got away. The only couple of kind of overall notes I would say with Travis, like when he was going through why he's such a good catch and everything about him, I don't feel like it was info dumpy, but I feel like it was headed that direction. Okay. Because it was a lot of like, look at me, look at me, look at me. Go ahead.
Did you say that was for Travis or for Kyle?
Travis is the first one, right?
No.
Kyle was first.
Oh, okay, Kyle.
Okay.
Oops. I got them backwards. Did I get them backwards the first time when I was saying stuff?
Mm-mm.
No. Well,
no.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, more so for Kyle then, because it was just kind of like, it was a lot of information about him right away. Mm-hmm. And I would have liked to seen it more, say, in like a conversational piece or like maybe someone else mentioning it a little bit in that, or him coming back at somebody a little bit more, because like the stuff that we got with Travis, it was more with Nikolai being like, yeah, you're sad, you're lonely, you're worried about everybody being interested in your money. So it kind of reinforced what he was already thinking.
Yeah.
So to me, that would be the two distinctions. I did like seeing the Grove because I do know the Grove. And I was like, I don't remember the Grove being like this, but maybe I was too young. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't my scene, but it is gentrified. So I definitely believe you there. And there are like a ridiculous amount of like new age coffee shops and all kinds of stuff there now. And so I was like, yeah. I was curious when he said something about like I couldn't move out this far. And this could be just because I know the area. Yeah. I was like, well, where do you live?
We'll find out later because Greg is going to come back. Nicola won't be back later, but Greg will be. So he'll be back later one time and you'll see where he is. So. Okay, because I was just kind of like, well, where do you live that this is so far out? It's not. I live really far out. It doesn't seem that far to me. So I was like, where are you? And not to mention, also because the way he phrased it, I was like, everything that you've said doesn't hit me as like you're a suburban boy, but I feel like you would have to be in order for the Grove to feel really far out. Yeah. And that, again, could be just because I know the area. Yeah, that's good. So that might be something to consider. Yeah. As far as individualized voices, I don't think they sounded the same, but I do think that there was a little bit of a similarity in how they spoke or how they related or how they gave off information. Yeah. And
the fun part is that because I don't know the rest of the story, I don't know how to tell you to fix that. Well, okay, I'll tell you how I generally differentiate people's voices is I go through like and this is gonna sound bad, but I go through like things that I learned in my Christian private school, like does one person curse? Is one person religious? Is one person like more mature? Is one person more trendy? And that's kind of how I figure out those voices. And like a really good example of that would be like Travis. That's the second chapter. I got the names wrong now in my head. Okay, Travis is 29, he says.
Yes, he's younger.
Right. But then Kyle is talking about how now that he's in his 30s.
Mid-30s.
I think he was 35. I think it's.
Yeah, mid-30s. So there's a differentiation between how a 29-year-old speaks and a 35-year-old speaks. Like just word choice, different ways that they react to certain things. So maybe lean into that a little bit of like, how would a 29-year-old who's still maybe trying to hold on to their, because that's what I get from Travis, is that he's kind of trying to hold on to his youth in some ways. And he would definitely speak differently in trying to hold on to that than someone who's like comfortable at 35 and being like, screw it. This is who I am, deal with it type of a conversation. And so that might be where you can find that differentiation.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry, I'm noting.
Okay. So I agree on the voice. It kind of, a lot of it kind of sounded the same to me. And I think it's because like you have a really strong author voice. So I can almost hear you and not so much the character. So like Tiffany said, with them being different ages, like word choice and like varying sentence structure and things that they might notice or things that they're thinking versus things that they're doing, that like could that be disconnected somehow? Could
yeah, and it's because you have them both in the same situation of a hookup. Like you could very much differentiate how they react to that hookup.
Yeah, or like different personality traits that come out. Because like Kyle, like he was thinking like, wow, this guy just threw out his back, but like he was still kind enough to go get the hot water heater and the water. And that kind of showed like a glimpse into his personality a little bit. So like if you can play up moments like that in the narrative as well as the dialogue to show those little glimpses and how they're different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I like that. That is helpful.
Okay, let me look through my sticky notes.
I love she has sticky notes. She's like, let me go through my sticky notes.
There were from editing standpoint, there were little a few tense switches.
I'm sure. Lots of them.
That I would pick out.
That's hard for me. So that's my biggest thing I catch when I go back and reread, especially after like an early draft. It's like, ooh.
Yeah.
We're not used to writing in first.
And then I didn't think that like first person POV was like, I don't think there was anything wrong with it. It was just like the past and present.
Yeah. Okay.
Verb structure. And then there were a few like repetitious phrases. I noticed when I was like in there and you were in there, you kind of you fixed some of them that I noticed. I was like, well, that's kind of the same thing said twice, but then you fixed it. Yeah. And then there was another one, I think, when he was giving his phone number, he was like, whenever you're ready. And then he's like, yeah, whenever you're ready. So like, just like repetitious, like phrasing like that.
Okay.
Oh, and then the first page.
Yes.
There was a lot of like, it seemed like a quick switch to me from like page 1 to page 2, because he was talking about like, where he was and like, how great of a catch he was and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, like, he's having sex with somebody. So like it felt a little disconnected for me.
Okay.
Oh, see, I wonder if that's a difference between, because like I said, I was on my phone because I was running around. I didn't realize that because I didn't see the pages. So it didn't feel that, like, I didn't feel that disconnect that Morgan's talking about.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that has something to do with it. Because when you said it, I was like, huh?
Like, okay. Because first he's talking about, like, he's talking about Grindr and, like, the Grove.
Right.
In the next paragraph, like, he's still talking about, like, the place that he's in. And then the next paragraph, he's talking about Greg. And he's like, I'm going to hook up with any random guy. And then he talks about himself. And then all of a sudden, like, they're in bed. So then I'm like, well, I didn't even know he was, like, actively with Greg.
Okay, yeah. Now that she's, no, I get it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Because I do remember having to scroll up because I was like, is this the same Greg from the beginning? Hold on.
Yeah.
Well, and the way I think I was viewing it was he's laying there in bed going through his phone while Greg's on the floor, right?
Okay.
Scrolling through his phone. Like, that's how that scene that opens, is he's scrolling through his phone. So I should have said laying it, so you would have known that's what he's doing when he's thinking to himself.
But is he laying there while, like, Greg is, like,
pretty much
agony, like,
pretty much, yeah.
I would make, in all fairness, though, in the sense of wanting a stronger start, now knowing that, I maybe would lean into that, like maybe have, Greg yelled out once more in pain, completely disrupting me from scrolling through
like have that
Grindr or scrolling through the gram looking for my next hookup or something like that. Like, to just let people know that's kind of his callous mentality about it. And because then people will be like, wait, hold on, you're looking for a hookup while somebody's in pain? What's happening? Who are you?
Trying to get laid is who he is. Good. Okay.
Yeah, I do agree with that now that you said it.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah, he did already finish reading.
Yes. And I did finish the edit or the, like, Passover this morning. Yes. I was wiped last night by the time I finally got off with you guys. I literally laid down about 8 minutes later and went to sleep until this morning. It was lovely. Later.
The meet cuteness needs to be a little later because it's reunion second chance. Maybe Travis needs to have a memory of the day pop up early to emphasize that Kyle was the one he lost.
Oh, that would work. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Like, and I can even see that in the sense of, because Kyle is very much in his head about, wait a minute, which one's Kyle again? Is that the first
Travis
one?
is the one who's in his head, like, still thinks about Kyle. Kyle doesn't think about Travis at all.
Okay. I was more thinking about either one of them, though, but maybe if you had whichever one you wanted to do, have more comparisons of, like, well, this guy's doing this. But remember when old boy used to do that? Well, he was doing this really good, but not like old boy back here. Type of a conversation. So
Okay, I like that. That's good too. Okay.
We all have one of those pictures of someone who's no longer in our life that pop up and we realize there's one we didn't delete years ago.
Oh, that would be fun if maybe his picture popped up while he was scrolling on Grindr.
Yes.
Well,
I wrote that down too.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
And hello, Amy.
Hello. What a time to walk in, right in the middle of Grindr.
Travis seems like he's trying to believe his own press and resentment.
Maybe.
I could see that.
Maybe.
Kyle felt like someone who wears his pain and past like armor to not get close to someone, and a lack of sympathy for the hookup who hurt his back made him seem callous. I mean, I feel like he had sympathy on the outside. He a little bit, not total sympathy, but like, he at least got him his hot water.
His hot pad.
His
I
hot
love when
pad
Morgan's back. I'm like, did he bring the hot pad?
and some water.
Morgan's like, my character would be like, okay, well, bye.
He locked the door. He made sure the door was locked so he didn't get, attacked or something. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
He was a little considerate.
It was in there somewhere.
It was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, yay.
Yeah. I know.
I love listening to writers talk.
I do too. We can come up with 10 different ways to do the same thing.
Oh, absolutely.
One thing I want is more smells, texture, sounds, muscle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with this one, and this is why I didn't say it. I expected Morgan to.
Well, no, I'll tell you.
Because Morgan comes at me for white room syndrome like all the live long day.
The reason I'll need that, Morgan, because here's why I don't do this in these stories is because they're shorter. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to waste word count, but I probably need.
Still got to do it though.
Yeah,
I know, but still, it's like, let me get the whole thing in there and then maybe fix that on a pass.
I will say Morgan is really good.
Put it in.
Because she has been like, she's drilled it in my head that I got to at least give you something so you know what the room or people look like. But there has been a couple of times, like there was one, I don't remember the scene or the story exactly, but like I had him kind of describing the apartment when they first walk into it. And I do remember which one it was. And then he says something like, all of it was secondary to worrying about how she feels.
Mm-hmm.
And then Morgan was like, okay, well, if it's secondary, then we don't need this much description.
Yeah.
So she is really good for telling you where there needs to be a little bit more and then where you can pull back. So I would put it in and then trust your editor to, show you where you could
pull it out.
Find the right balance of it. Shameless plug. Okay. Morgan, editor.
Yeah. So it's kind of like even with like the first scene, it was like just weaving that in like as it's relevant. So like it would be something that he would be noticing. So if it's not important to the character, it's not important to the reader. So like you don't have to describe, the whole entire room, as he's having sex with somebody. Like you probably won't be thinking about that right now. So
right.
Yeah. But I did find myself questioning, is he laying on the bed or is he on the floor with the guy?
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Okay. He would never, but okay. Yeah. That's good. Okay. Any other things I need? I spelled it Nikola. And it's funny. It's a guy I work with has this name. And I loved it. And I was like, I love that name. I'm going to use that for a story at some point. So I did in this one. Mm-hmm. And he's only in like that second. And then he'll never be seen from again.
Hey, Shay.
Yeah, hey. I know. He would never go on the floor. Let's be real. Okay. What else did we have for me while I have notes a-rolling? Anything? Any other things I should be thinking about?
There was more. I did notice this more and more so because he was saying it himself. Kyle, that's the first one, was talking more about himself. Why is it so hard for me to remember who's who? He was talking more about himself, like how physically fit he was and everything else. So I have a sense of what he might look like, more so in like bodybuilder kind of a look. I couldn't tell you what Travis looks like. Yeah. I can tell you his personality. I could tell you nothing about what he looks like.
Mm-mm.
So that might be something to kind of
he had a bow tie.
Working as well.
I know.
Yeah. That's good.
And not a lot, because generally, like, my people is like they're tall and maybe eye color and a hair color. We're good. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just like a little something.
Yeah. That's perfect. Good. Okay. Anything else?
I was curious, Who's the guy that gets engaged?
So it is it's a previous story. So there are we're just seeing it later in this story, but there are a couple of previous story.
2 things with that.
Yep.
I can't remember do they both say that he was their college roommate?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm wondering how long he was in college, if one's 35 and one's 29.
Right. So one of them like lived with, they were a romantic relationship. Like Dion was in a romantic relationship with Kyle when he was.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes more sense. Because
Again,
I was like,
this is a gay story.
What's happening here?
Not like the ones I've read where it's like real to gay relationships where we've all slept with one another. Like at some point when we were in a group of friends. Yeah.
Okay. So that was my question, which then probably answers the other question, because I was wondering why one got like a full-on paragraph of information and then, oh, by the way, he's still single. You know, this might be your opportunity. And the other one just got like, here's a text message, we're getting married.
Yeah, it's going to be different relationships. And yes, and Kyle's the only one that doesn't live in their building. All the rest of them live in that building. Travis owns it, but they all live in that building. And they all.
So that makes more sense now that I know that there's 2 dynamics in those relationships, because I really was like,
yeah,
are we friendlier with one than the other? But also, how long were you in college, dude? No judgments. Just
yeah, no. Yes, and that's in like their meet cute chapter. All that's kind of like talked about in little ways. You know what I mean? Where a lot of that gets established when they're at the wedding talking to one another, because all of that kind of comes out.
Okay.
So, okay. Wait, what's that?
I was going to explain to Shay what the writer's room is.
Oh, yeah.
Because she hasn't been here. So
hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
This is the writer's room, hosted by me, Barrett, and Tiffany. And it's like a mastermind group that we do live. We get together and talk about problems in our stories. Or, you know, if we have an issue, you want us to read something, or you want us to critique something, feedback, that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Don't have our stuff together and get actual guests from outside of our circle of 3, then we just do our own.
Yeah. We usually, not usually, we try to have a guest and talk about their story. But if we can't find a guest, we just talk about each other's stories, or
bring
a story together or something.
We have a form.
We do.
We do.
So if you ever have a story problem, Shay, you can come
about that.
Yeah, talk to us about it.
And look, I love a non-traditional student. I was a non-traditional student. So I'm like, I just want to know where we're standing. That's all.
Right.
They could have been high school roommates for 7 years. Again, no judgment.
I could really change that though, in Kyle's at least, and call it something else. Like, I don't know. I could call it something else because that could be confusing. And if you read them out of order, which you're supposed to be able to do, and still they interconnect and tie, then that would be another spot where I should change it. Because if you didn't read the previous, then you wouldn't know that. So until you get to the meet cute, which is later in the story, right? So you've already been wondering at that point how long they've been in college. You know what I mean?
Well, but that could just be me. Like, I don't necessarily if you know it's coming in the next chapter, I probably wouldn't go back and like add in something unless you were going to say something like, whichever one it was, they lived together and was in a relationship. Like maybe point out, like, oh, my ex is getting married, great, and he expects me to show up at the wedding. Like, who does that? But I'll go.
Right. Well.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, none taken. Because also if somebody else watches this, I don't want them to think I'm downing non-traditional students.
Right. Well, I love the feedback, especially on the voice stuff, because that I need help with. So that will be, Morgan, you see what you're going to have to work with here. So think about that on your pricing. It's time. Like, ooh, you're going to be extra work. This was fun. This was painless. People should come on here and do this more with you all.
Yes, please.
Yeah. We're cool.
Yeah.
Hi, Esther.
Yeah, this was good. This was really good. Really here, but here. That's okay. It's all good.
Mine.
Yeah, exactly. Host.
I'm barely here, but here.
Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Ooh,
I
that would be good too. Yeah.
Where I
I really want to know what happened between, like, was it like a bad, messy?
It's bad. It's messy.
Like, someone's going to
Well,
be.
if they're enemies to lovers, it's gotta be.
Yeah, so he definitely needs to have some resistance to going to this thing.
And you could even have, where he has a moment where he's like, oh, knowing that they're going to be at the wedding, being like, I don't let myself think about him. Like, I don't let myself talk about him. Like, that's just too painful of a moment to go back to, because then that makes people also be like, ooh, how painful. What happened?
Yeah, what
do you
do? I
want to know.
Good. Mm-hmm. I like that, Mama Maggie. Dion's definitely going to guilt him into it. That's got to be part of it. I wish I'd have done this before I finished the draft. I mean, I could squish a lot of this into what's done, but again, I should have come before I finished.
But revision is the fun part. Now you get to make it better.
Who says that?
She keeps trying to convince
me and Eva.
Okay, I love that where it just all flows out and I'm a genius. I hate to go back and see.
It's like a puzzle. You got to put it together. You got to find the right.
It is true.
That's fair.
Just finished a first.
Oh, congratulations!
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
December 10th. Come on, and we'll talk about the next chapter.
It was fun.
We'll talk all about it. Well, thanks for your feedback, guys. And Morgan, thanks for letting me say the F word like 8 times on your channel. Talk about like a rim job. What else did I talk about on your channel today? We really covered a lot of ground. Oh, dropping cock.
Oh yeah, that's you.
It was really a good day.
If you tell yourself a lie long enough, you'll start to believe it.
It is a week before your birthday, Shay. That's true. That's true. I love that.
Happy early birthday.
Julia Roberts said that in a movie. Is it Pretty Woman?
What?
Mama Maggie, where Julia Roberts says that to Richard Gere. If you tell yourself a lie enough, you start to believe it. I don't know, something like that.
Somebody's like, that is a quote from some movie. Yeah. I do remember that. Yeah. Hi, Jessica. 25 words in, and I'm re-outlining and writing, but I'm assuming that's ACOTAR. Meets mountains made of glass, kind of a story. What do you think? I have not read ACOTAR, so I don't know if I can help with this.
I know what ACOTAR is. I've seen people review it. I don't know what Mountains Made of Glass is at all. So I don't.
Oh, is that another like type of story or trilogy?
I'm guessing. Like, is ACOTAR meets Mountains Made of Glass?
Oh,
how I'm reading that.
Oh yeah.
So, like, that's the 2 like comp titles.
Oh.
Okay.
I say go for it.
I need more info, but write it.
Kind of write it and then see what happens.
But also, if it occurred to you and you can figure out how to outline it, have fun with that.
Or what's like, do you need help like with the re-outlining process or?
Yeah. Oh, okay. A Beauty and the Beast retelling, and yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, I love Beauty and the Beast, so any type of retelling always makes me giddy.
Yes.
But I think Esther has a really good question. What of ACOTAR is the mix? Like the Fays, the pseudo retelling, the different courts, because that might play into how Beauty and the Beast works. Because Beauty and the Beast is pretty straightforward with, someone gets taken, they fall in love, wackiness ensues, they turn back into the prince.
I am a fan of, if you're 25,000 words in, you should go ahead and finish it. You have had 25,000 words to say of that story, so go ahead and finish it. And then you can fix it after the fact if you need to make adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
Morgan is open for editing.
Also, did we say hi to Nia? I saw Nia came in.
Hi, Nia.
Well.
I think we did. Hi, Nia.
That was just me then. Hey, Nia.
Hello.
Yeah, over 25. Because you can always I think all of us have done it where you get halfway or somewhere into the story and then you're like, oh, this character should be this, or maybe I should rework this scene. And then you just kind of go forward with that in mind, knowing you're going to go back and correct it. Like make notes of what you want to correct and then go back and kind of fix that as you go.
And it also depends on you, because I am not the type of person who will finish it and then go back. I am the type of person who just start over. And like, okay, 25,000 words, that wasn't working. Let's do it again.
Oh,
So, how do you
Really?
adjust? Yes.
wow.
But that could be her editor brain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't continue. Like, if I get stuck,
Yeah.
I have to go back. I have to go back. Even if I don't scrap the words, I'll just revise. Because, like, there's 30,000 words of book 2 that will never see the light of day. And that was like the first draft of it. And none of it is in the final one. So,
Interesting.
yeah, it depends on how you operate. And yes, ACOTAR is just Beauty and the Beast with Fae and big penises and having sex in the sky.
I mean, it had to have something going for it, and that was it. So,
Okay.
And that's just from what I've gathered from watching people review it.
Am I the only one that thinks it failed at the retelling? Doesn't read nor beautiful big home library. I am going to stay out of the booktube discussion on Avatar. I have enough problems on booktube to not add the SJM fans.
Well, I like that you're copying and pasting into a new document, because I think that leaves you space to, if you want to edit and change things and cut stuff, you still have your original to go back to. Right. But also, if you just want to continue forward, then you're not, you know, where you started kind of a conversation. So you could go either way with that.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's my feeling on it.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, Mama Maggie.
Oh, I love you, Mama Maggie.
The werecow.
Do it. I know the werecow. I love her.
It always trips me out. I'm like, I've read a lot of shifters, not so many cows.
Right. Exactly. In my Tyrese voice. I love that. I love you too.
But again, I haven't read ACOTAR, so I don't know.
I listened to it.
I don't really want
to. I know a lot of people who are really into the Fourth Wing right now. I think I was just watching somebody with that.
Again, I've just watched people react to it and review
I feel like that's what I've done too.
Yeah. And I probably won't read it.
You know the part that I love about this, Esther? You said your first print copies. Does that mean you have more?
He has another one.
Yeah.
For someone's like, I'm vocal about not liking it.
Right. So much so that I got multiples. My main character isn't kidnapped, but her book is stolen by the Fae.
Okay, so there are Fae.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So where does the Beauty and the Beast part come?
Yeah, because I feel for it to be Beauty and the Beast, doesn't someone have to be taken or give up their freedom in some way? Held.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's how we look at kidnapping. Like, let's zoom out Miss Kidnapping and let's get away from like immediacy of it. Could it be like a loop?
Well, but I'm not saying because in all fairness, is kidnapped. She does give up her freedom to save her father. So that's not considered a kidnapping. That's just like a trade, you know, or just like I'm good, I'll stay here. But that does tend to be the conversation in most retellings of Beauty and the Beast, is that someone is held, whether against their will or willingly.
Yeah. Or giving up something for somebody, or giving up something for somebody else.
Yeah.
Or going in the place of somebody else.
Right.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Says,
ooh, interesting, Nia.
Oh, okay.
In like a video, can we watch it? that are first printed, the copies aren't sold anymore. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, so you like could have made money on them, and you chose your morals over money. I wouldn't do that, but I love that you did.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I love Esther.
Esther does crack me up.
I know. I love all y'all. Everybody here. Regina, Shay, Jessica, hang in there. We've all been there.
Mm-hmm.
Morgan would have tossed her words. Tiff and I would have kept them.
Tossed them. They were a great lesson. Now it's time to learn the lesson and move on.
That was a great lesson for you. It was 25,000 word lesson, but
only half of my month. We'll just keep going.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh, Mama Maggie, please say you're joking.
Huh?
The one right above. You have Tony again?
Again. I'm sorry.
Honey.
Oh. Mama Maggie.
Oh. Okay, so is that where she's kind of giving up her freedom because she's voluntarily willing to help him?
Wait, what? This?
Yeah.
Because she goes to figure out how to get it back and then finds out she has to help a Fae get his necklace back, which holds his power. So maybe that's how we're kind of giving up that freedom, if you will.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Sorry you're sick, Maggie. That's awful.
Oh, Mama Maggie, stay well.
COVID. Oh, she's a wicked sister, isn't she?
Right? Okay, a corrupt Fae wants all the power of the Fae to rule them in the human realm. Ooh.
Wow, that's deep.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I forgot.
So then does the book help or detract from that? Because why is the book needed? Like, why do we need to get the book back? I'm curious.
It was the main character, Faye? I forgot.
No.
She wants to get her book back and get it published. Her mom is verbally abusive. Necklace holds power. Okay.
She has to help a Fae to get her book back, I think.
He's human. Human helping.
Yeah, I feel like she's human. Or, yeah, she is human.
Maybe?
But why did... Okay. Again, headache brain. Why does the Fae want the book? Why did he take the book? I forgot. What?
I know. Like,
scroll up.
I want you to come on. I want to know more.
Yeah, I need to
talk to us about your story.
Fill out the form, please.
Yeah, the form is at the top.
Yeah, we want to know more.
I missed it. So close.
Because this sounds interesting. I'm like, I have so many questions.
Yeah.
My main character isn't kidnapped, but her book is stolen by the Fae.
Okay.
But the book apparently necessarily doesn't have powers.
The
necklace does.
Yeah.
So she has to
how to get it back.
Go help in order to get the book.
The Fae to get the necklace back, which holds his power.
Mm-hmm.
So she needs his power. So she has to help him with the necklace, like a hero's journey arc, I think.
Yeah. Oh, we have a form. Is it pinned, Morgan, at the top of the comments?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, where you can fill that out to be on our wonderful panel here. And we will go through your story and kind of try to help as much as we can.
Yeah, then you can get like actual feedback. So we're not just like, wait, what?
Right.
And then you can we can talk and we can discuss your story.
Yeah. And you tell us what it is that you're kind of wanting help with or what you want us to kind of dive into.
Yeah.
If you want. If you don't want, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No judgment.
And you can send us like a little snippet. So maybe that'll give us a better sense of like what direction you're kind of going or how we can help you. Because we're really just throwing stuff at you blind right now.
Yeah. God bless. That was good. That was fun, y'all. Good episode. Good to see people. I hate that Maggie has COVID. Oof.
I know.
I know I'm going to Lysol the room just as soon as we get off the stream, just to be careful.
Oh, okay. Do you have the link? Do we have the link again? Because she says she's trying to find it.
Oh, hold on.
You want me to link it again?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did I get distracted? Did y'all know Sesame Street is 54 years old?
No.
No.
See, this is what happens when you go to open your
Am I having
thing,
trouble
you
copying
find stuff you don't want to know.
Why is it
Oh, thanks, Mama Maggie. I was
Never
distracted.
mind, I can't copy paste. It's so hard.
Great job, Mama Maggie.
Oh, wow.
I'm still trying to find it.
All of us. And the person out there watching with COVID got it for us. Nailed it. This sums it up.
Oh.
This sums it up. You know what we bring you is great conversation.
Yeah.
What we bring you.
A little bit of chaos.
Yeah.
And by a little bit, we mean the whole darn thing.
You poor thing. Yeah, Jessica, fill out the form and we'll get in touch and you can come hang with us on December 10th.
Yeah.
Oh, yay. And if all else fails, Jessica, I think Morgan has us all linked, or she will.
Yeah.
Like, you can always reach out to us if you can't get the form figured out, like on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah.
We're everywhere.
Yep.
We're ready to help.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you ready for outros and shutting it down?
Yeah. Tiff, you go first.
Yes.
I just had to look down. I was like, are we still talking about bathrooms?
You go to the bathroom?
Hello, guys. I'm Tiffany, TL Russ Lifestyle on pretty much all of the interwebs. You can generally find me under that tag. I am half of the co-writing group or duo Des Laurie. We have a number of books out. Please go check them out. Be sure to review. They make us smile. I have books also under my personal pen name, TL Russ. You're very much welcome to check those out. I've completely lost steam. I'm sorry. You can always follow me, my YouTube channel. We do PJs and Scribbles every other month or every other week, and Saturday Shorts every other month. No, that's still every other Saturday. Let's try this again. We do PJs and Scribbles every other Thursday, Saturday Shorts every other Saturday. The fly is back. I don't know what's going on in my head. And I'll be here next month on Barrett's channel for the Writer's Room. Anything else, just message me because I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Have a great day.
I'm Barrett. I write stories about gay people being gay. So come watch me write them with people on Fridays on my channel. Come on with Laura and I if you want. I love hanging out with these ladies once a month. You'll see us next on my channel in December. It'll be lots of fun. And Author Tubers React is having Friendsgiving at the end of November. And then the second Saturday of the month is Author Tubers karaoke. Okay, thanks. Love you. Bye. Thanks for having me, Morgan.
And my name is Morgan Lee. You are here on my channel. And I'm just typing the link for the poetry night sign up.
Sign up for poetry.
Yay. So yes, my name is Morgan Lee. I have 2 books out. First 2 in the Dark Fantasy trilogy. Books 3 will be coming out later next year. Wait, what? Yeah, next year. What am I saying? What?
December for Friendsgiving. Oh, whoops. Okay, sorry.
We know things. What am I saying? I am 1/3 of the Writer's Room. If you like to hang out with us on the Writer's Room, talk your story, the link to sign up is pinned at the top of the chat. I am also 1/3 of the Self-Publishing Tips and Tricks podcast with Shannon and Ben Pick. That comes out on the 1st and the 15th of every month. I am an editor And I am booking into 2024. The prices will go up in 2024. So if you would like to get the current pricing right now, you should go to my website and book, or Ko-fi and book. No, go to my website and book, actually, not Ko-fi. Go to my website and book. And Poetry Night is on the 26th of November with JC on JC's channel. She's also linked down in my description under where it says Amigos Cheetos. And
Amigos Cheetos time? No way, I gotta go check it.
Oh my God. I'm with Nia. Everything's fine. We're all fine.
That's everything.
Wait, hold on. Jessica, I don't think I have any more streams this month myself personally, but I do know Morgan is streaming, what is it, Mondays and Fridays?
It's supposed to be, but I forgot on Friday. So
okay. So in theory, Morgan is streaming Monday and Friday. Barrett is streaming on Fridays. I'm guesting on at least
on Tuesdays.
2 different streams for the Writertown Write-a-thon that is next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So there are streams throughout for Nano. Just either follow all of us or keep us in mind. We have stuff everywhere. It's a doggy.
Simba, come back. Let them see your cone.
Oh, come on. Oh, shame.
Okay.
Oh.
Well,
before December 10th, Facebook, yeah. You can message us on Facebook or Instagram.
Instagram, yeah. My Facebook's private, so you can't get a hold of me on Facebook, but Instagram.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Good. Nia Tuesday. Okay, good.
Okay. Nia will be Tuesday, yes.
Yes. All right. Good. Oh my God, you do have an Amigos Cheetos. How cute is this?
All right. Well, this was fun. We will see you guys around on the internet.
The link should be in the description, Jessica, but I will put my Instagram in here just in case.
Yeah. Tiffany's is very reliable.
I'm just trying to remember how to write stuff.
Hey, come on.
What's with the cone? What happened?
So he won't lick and bite out his skin because he has like a little skin infection. Yeah.
He just stare at you like you did this to me. Oh, do you?
Okay, I think we should end now. So is everyone, did we get all the links?
Y'all be well, be safe.
Yeah, and we will see you next time.
Brush your teeth. Bye.